And we're off. Okay.
Hi, this is Margaret, and it is Monday, May 30th, Memorial Day. And Stan and I are continuing our talk about our Big Y adventures. So this is part two.
Yeah,
Take it
part
away,
two.
Stan.
Well, thank you, Margaret. That's perfect. I think the only thing I would add is 2022, the year
Oh, the
2022.
year. Ah, yes. Well, we could do it over.
No, 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 no. That's fine.
Well, I was thinking it's Memorial Day, and we are memorializing our adventures at the Big Y. So,
Yes, yes. In fact, I was on my walk this morning. I met a friend of mine that I have coffee with on every Saturday. We get together for coffee down and
oh,
we sit outside and we solve all the world's problems in
oh,
about
good.
an
Somebody
hour or
is.
two. Yeah, yeah, we're working on it. But yeah, I just by chance I ran into him on my walk, and he was walking also, and which is unusual. We run into each other. But I, he asked me what I was going to be doing. I said, well, I'm hoping that my little sister and I can get together and talk about some of our memories of when we were kids. And he said, "Oh, yeah. Well, it's a perfect day because it's Memorial Day, and you're, you're it's a memorial of or it's your memories
Yes,
of yeah."
yes. I have had um, every once in a while it comes up in conversation somehow that I Skype with my sister and brothers
Uh huh.
regularly. And people always get this big smile and they look stunned and
Uh
they
huh.
say, that's so cool that you do that. I wish I did that. Or
Yeah.
they don't have, they've fallen out with family members or they just don't have a relationship like that with their family members. And it seems to be the majority of people that don't. And that's kind of sad.
Yes, I have had the same experience, and people like you say exactly the same, and they smile. They say, "Oh my gosh, that's wonderful." And they say that hardly ever happens.
Uh-huh.
You never hear of that. And Bill's
Yeah.
mentioned the same thing. He said
Yeah.
he says how unique and wonderful that is that our family has managed to figure out a way to stay in touch.
Yeah, and I guess perhaps it's one of those things that I kind of take for granted.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, I shouldn't take it for granted apparently because it's apparently isn't very common. Um, I guess we have something pretty special and unique.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. And you know what? And I think in terms also of what we wouldn't give to have a recording like this with mom and dad, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I definitely would.
yeah.
That would be nice.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that one day when I'm a much older man, hopefully, that let's say I'm sitting in some sort of rest home or something, and I have these tapes and I can listen to them,
Uh-huh.
just to have them.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yeah.
very nice.
Oh, I have thought the same thing myself. I was doing some housekeeping yesterday and tackled a project that I kept putting off because I thought it was going to be a lot of work, but then it turned out that wasn't so bad at all.
Uh-huh.
But I had over the last few years, I've gone through many tubs of keepsakes of memorabilia, mostly paper and mostly of the boys, artwork and school papers and photographs, greeting cards, birthday cards and notes, letters from people. But the things of mine, keepsakes of mine too. And in this file, it turns out I already had everything sorted by year and everybody, Daniel, Larry, Matthew and I had our own file for each year with our own stuff and, neatly filed away. And all I had to do was incorporate it into the boxes. I have bankers boxes. I
Oh,
have
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
four bankers boxes
Wow.
from the beginning of time to current of stuff that I have kept. And at my intent was to use it in those photo albums that I scrapbook. Um, I like to put letters and cards and things along with the photographs. Like Pat, I think Pat has done the same thing with the books she did for Mom and Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, in amongst that stuff was this email from Floyd's family. It said, maybe it was Molly, I don't know which grandchild's, or maybe it was Shirley who sent it, but an email to everyone of us Wigmans about Floyd's death, the
Uh,
circumstances around it. And anyway, I was just thinking about, uh, I think I may have already sent you a copy of it. It would have been some time ago when I ran across it the first time. Um, anyway, if you want a copy of it, I can send you a copy. But
yes,
um,
yes. I think
uh,
yeah, thank you, Margaret. Please do. I think I have a copy of it, but tell you what, I'll check and make sure if I don't have a copy, I'll definitely ask if you could please send me a copy. Absolutely. In fact, I was thinking about that the other day.
I didn't remember that he had had a couple of, I think she said a couple of heart attacks recently. I I didn't know his health was failing and that he was on hospice.
Oh, Floyd was
Um,
on hospice?
yeah, that's what the email said. That surprised me so.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Well, I did too, and it's kind of like, did it appear after? Is this a revised edition of the email or something? Because I don't remember any of that. And that Molly was trying to make his last days just as fun and memorable and as he would like them, going to all the restaurants that he liked to go to and uh, just to make him happy and that they had just been to hometown buffet and he just sat down and that was it. He was with his family and how pleasant it was. I remember that part, but I don't remember the other. I didn't know he had been sick. I didn't remember that.
I didn't either unless I just blanked that out and I don't remember the word hospice in there at all. I thought just as you remember it where I thought he had been out, I thought he had, before he'd been doing his usual driving all over town and picking up people,
Uh-huh.
taking them to church and,
Uh-huh.
and going to the hometown cafe, by himself. But
Yeah.
he had gone to a restaurant with his family and they were just there at his home and they were all around
Uh-huh.
sitting around joking and laughing and then he went to sleep and
Yeah.
that's how I remember it. At least
Yeah.
maybe
I
that's how
do
I wanted
too.
it to be, I don't know.
Well, apparently I wanted to remember it that way too, but that's not apparently how it was. I use apparently a lot lately. I've noticed that just today.
Yeah.
I, I need to stop using that. Apparently I need to stop using that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Did you want me to wait or just go ahead and send you a copy?
Oh, whatever is convenient. I will look and see if I after you and I hang up here, I will
Uh-huh.
check and see, and if I don't have it, I'll send you an email saying please at your earliest opportunity, please send me a copy. But
Okay.
if you beat me to it, that's that's fine. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Well,
I think Floyd and
I'll
Crystal.
wait.
Oh, okay. I think Floyd and Crystal are buried at the same cemetery that Mom and Dad are, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I looked for it the last time I was there, and I could not find it.
Oh,
So I need to. The next time we're in that area, I need to stop by and go inside and just ask, where.
have you ever tried looking online at Lane Memorial and seeing if they, they have, it seems to me, didn't we find out that some of that stuff is online? Like when Bill was looking for sites down in California where Grandma
That's a
was
good idea.
buried and
Yeah, no, I haven't, and that's an excellent idea, and I hadn't even thought of that. But you're right. Yeah, I'll go online. Lane Memorial.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
Lane
I'm
Memorial.
pretty sure that's what the name was.
Okay. Yeah, I sure will.
Lane Memorial Gardens or something like that
Is it? Okay.
on West 11th,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay. I'll check and see. That used to be all farm land out there and farms.
Yes. And it was a million miles away, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
It was
million
so
miles
far
away.
out there.
Yep, it was.
On, we on the way to the coast.
Do you remember when Mom and Dad were meeting with the guy that sold them the plots?
Yes, I was scared to death.
What do you remember of that? We're a little off
I
topic,
just,
but what do you remember?
I just, well, I just remember that they were buying funeral or burial plots, and I thought they were going to drop dead the next day. It just scared me awfully.
Yeah, yeah, it did. Do you remember where we were?
Uh, I guess not, because I want to say I remember going out there with them one time.
Oh, did you? Oh, I don't remember that. Well, as I remember it, I had the same experience, and I think just you and I were there with them, and
Oh,
I think the guy had come to the house just to kind of
oh,
formalize the agreement or have them sign some documents or something.
uh-huh. Were we in the dining room?
No, we were up in the hill on the hill. Mom and Dad were
Oh,
working up on the hill, and it was a summer day, and we were it was I'm guessing towards evening. I'm guessing maybe a Saturday or something because Dad was home, or it was just late in the evening and Dad was home. But anyway, we
uh-huh.
were up on the hill, and of course we were all working away, and this man comes up and has documents for them to sign. And of course we wanted to know what they were, and they said, "Well, it's for if it's for our burial plots,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if you and I quite grasp what that was, and I think Mom explained it to us, and like you, I was horrified at the thought that I was afraid they were going to drop over dead, that night or something, or we.
Well, I worried about it, I think, more than I should have as a kid because they were so much older than anybody else's parents.
Yes, yes, they were. Yeah, Dad
Well,
especially.
I don't think mom was particularly, but she was white haired, at age 3. So it's like,
Yes.
I just, oh, I remember worrying about that, laying in bed at night and worrying about them dying
Oh,
as
yeah.
when I was a child.
Yes. Yeah, I do too, Margaret. In fact, I remember one day we were in church. We were si- we were sitting in the back of the a church, of course, because
Yes.
we had gotten there late, and
Uh,
we were on the left side of the church going in, and Dad, Mom, uh, it was, I think it was you, Mom, me, and Dad were sitting there, or in this case, standing. We were standing singing a hymnal. And I remember looking at Dad's hands and thinking, Dad is really kind of an old guy. And I wonder how much I wonder how much longer Dad's going to be around. And
uh-huh.
I had that fear of
Uh-huh.
Dad dying
Yeah,
also.
well, he was 50 when I was born. So say you were 10, he would have been at least 58 or so.
Yeah,
So yeah, he was older, definitely.
yeah. Hmm.
I and again, way off topic, but I have to share this since you're talking about being in church. And I remember that we almost always sat on the left-hand side, I think. It
Yeah,
felt like, as in my memory.
yeah.
But I remember being mom getting so aggravated with dad and me because dad was entertaining me during the sermon, and he made a bunny out of his handkerchief.
Oh
And
no.
I was giggling so about this bunny that he made that he was making hop around, you know.
Oh no. It's probably Easter service maybe.
It might have been, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But I remember mom going, shh, don't, scowling at us like she would.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We our assigned pew was well, we had two assigned pews. We had our real assigned pew. Our one we were supposed to sit in was, and they weren't assigned, of course, but where we always sat. It was up towards
Yeah,
the front of the church. Actually, it was about the third
yes.
pew back on the left
Uh-huh,
side.
uh-huh.
And for some reason, this woman always sat. Everybody always seemed to sit in the same pews if they could.
Oh,
I
right, yeah.
I remember a woman frequently sitting in front of us had one of those foxes that are is it a
Oh, the clip-on.
but
Yeah, a
yes.
little wrap around her neck or shoulders. Yes, I
You're
remember that lady.
oh, you remember her? Yes. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember sitting there looking, and that fox was staring at me with those little beady
Little
eyes.
bitty eyes and
Yeah.
its mouth. I think it had its mouth clamped onto the tail, right?
Yes.
That's how it's held on. I
Yes.
shouldn't say that I remember the lady. I remember the fox.
Yeah. Yeah. Now who would put a dead fox wrapped around their neck, you
Oh
know?
gosh. I think it was popular for a while
Yeah. Well,
before animal rights became active.
I think I agree with you. And our other assigned seat was in the back if we got in there late, which we were almost habitually late. And Mom,
Oh,
you would comment about we live the closest to the church, but and we're always the
of,
latest to come in,
of anybody there, we lived the closest.
And
Oh gosh.
so yeah,
And I'm
so
sure
we
she
were in
was
the back.
embarrassed by it, knowing mom. She
Yes.
would have she would have been terrible even. What will they think?
What will they think? That's right. Well, should we
So
talk about the Little Big Y or?
yeah, what was your memory after closing last time?
Yeah, well, after we were talking yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Yesterday,
Friday.
Friday, yeah, Friday, we were talking about the Little Big Y and our adventures to and from, and I had some other memories. I just want to see if perhaps I was hoping that perhaps you also had some extra ones, but I remember walking to the Little Big Y. And at that time, we were too poor to have any to afford shoes. So you and I, oh, uh,
Oh my gosh. And the sidewalk would get so hot.
yes, that sidewalk was, and and to avoid the hot pavement, the hottest pavement seemed to be right in front of our house and down the street a little ways. But we would walk barefoot to the store on pretty hot days, and I remember the street and the sidewalks being so hot, and to avoid it, we would walk on the lawns whenever we had a chance. So we would be walking, avoiding the hot pavement and walking down to the
Yes.
store.
Yes.
That was so it took us a little longer probably to to get to the
Probably.
store.
So jumping from shade to grass to
Yes,
water puddle. I remember standing in people's sprinklers,
yes,
the
yes,
water would be running across the sidewalks to cool your feet off.
yes. That's right. I do too. Yeah, that was such a relief to get some cool water.
Yeah, yeah.
And we also had to, if we walked on the lawns, we had to avoid the honeybees because at that time there were
Oh,
honeybees all over the place. And
oh, and what about those all along? There's a block or two down from us, that stretch of neighborhood where everybody had one of those hawthorn trees planted in that median strip thing, between the street and the sidewalk.
yeah,
Those had those pink or red flowers on them, and they had those little thorny things that would fall off and poke you. I mean,
yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. You're right.
they were hard on feet.
Where, yeah, I think one of the greatest inventions of the world was thongs. Finally, or
Oh gosh.
what we called
Yeah.
thongs. I know it's a different
Well,
thing right now.
be careful. Yeah.
What are they called? Oh, they're called
Yeah.
flip-flops now.
Flip-flops.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. It took a whole new meaning. I
yeah,
know. You got to be careful. Us
yeah.
older people have to be careful about what we say. Yes, but that was a great invention.
It was. Yeah, Mom always bought us I'll use flip-flops. Mom used to buy us fl
But
flip-flops and
so, yeah, yeah.
did
But by the end of summer, they would wear out so that the little piece that went between your toe, remember how it would pull out of the,
yes, yes.
it would wear out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we would wear them so much there would hardly be anything left of it.
Yeah.
Do you remember using the skateboard on the with the thumb with the
Oh
flip-flops?
gosh. I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
we would
remember that.
we
That doesn't sound too safe.
it was we would we would ride Bill's skateboard. Well,
Oh gosh.
that skateboard, of course, we know the history of the skateboard made
Yeah.
out of our
The
skates.
sacrificial. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I was remembering was, do you remember on uh, the walking home on the right side walking home, there was
Uh-huh.
a little ways up from the Little Big Y was a wall that had fabulously embedded in the cement uh, beautiful agates and stones
Oh
of all
yeah.
different kinds.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You remember that?
I
And,
do remember that. Yeah.
and we would try, I remember sitting on that wall, um, trying to get the stones out unsuccessfully out of the cement.
You suppose the people that lived in the house would sit there and watch us try to dig these rocks out of their wall and kind of,
I don't know. I don't know.
uh, poor little kids, no shoes, digging for rocks. It was just,
Yes, that's right.
oh my goodness. I asked Pat when I talked with her on Friday if she remembered the story about me walking, getting all dressed up and walking down to the store
Oh yeah, yeah.
with Dad following me, and she said no, she had no recollection of that.
Oh, she didn't. Oh my gosh.
No,
No.
no,
She may not have been home. I suppose she was at some sort of event or something, at school or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yep. So we can't get her input. We'll have to ask Bill. But I have a feeling he won't remember because he was always gone.
Yeah, I don't remember Bill being there. I don't remember Bill being
Yeah.
part of any of that.
Uh-huh.
And back then it may have been not high on his list of interests.
Oh yeah.
His little sister wants to go to the store. Okay, okay.
Well, if I was 5 or 6, like you were guessing, that would make him like 20.
Yes.
So he would have probably been working or at school or up at college,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
not around
You're right.
or in the army, maybe even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
I
the
can't,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, I can't say that I have any other memories of the store, though I was to add to our list.
Well, the only other thing I can remember, and I'm hoping Bill and Pat have some memories of it, and that's the if you're walking down Jefferson Street and you're just coming up to the Little Big Y, there's a gas station across the street from the Little Big Y where
Yes.
we would use their air pump or whatever it was to fill up our
Uh-huh.
bicycles.
Our
But
bike tie. Yeah.
yeah, but if you're standing in the gas station looking at the Little Big Y on the left, in the towards the left, there's where they had all the garbage cans and put flattened boxes and stuff. You and I would occasionally go around there and look at that stuff. I don't think we ever took anything, but we would look at the stuff back there because it was very exotic. It was rotting fruit and need cardboard boxes. And in fact, that's where
Oh,
we would pick up our cardboard. We would ask if we could have some cardboard boxes, and we would always go in the back there, and they would
uh-huh.
give us the cardboard boxes
Oh,
that we use for
let's
different things.
see. If the dog bones were for soup, what was what were the cardboard boxes for?
I
I
think it was
wonder.
just for putting stuff in. I don't know what we did with them. Can you imagine us lugging home those cardboard boxes?
Wearing them over our head, kind of,
Yeah.
like a hat.
But
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I think that's the last of my memories of the Little Big Y. But I'm sure I have a feeling both of us will remember bits and pieces as we think more about this, and maybe as Bill and Pat talk about it, maybe we'll remember different things too.
Was there only parking on what would be the east side, on the Jefferson Street side of the store? Or was it all around the store?
Uh, I remember the parking closer to Jefferson Street. I don't remember. I think there was parking on the south side as I grew older, but I don't know if that was put in. I imagine it was there all the time. That's something we'll have to ask
Wasn't
Bill and Pat.
wasn't that a gravel road there that went up, you know, I don't remember it being a paved street
Oh,
off of Jefferson.
you might be right. That may have been just gravel when we were just little tykes. I wonder if that was that. That vaguely sounds correct. You could be right. I'm not sure.
I I have a gas station memory. I have a couple.
Oh yeah,
I have
yeah.
for some reason it's that gas station. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's where we got our gas usually. But how how it you the used to have the line over the when you pulled in, it would go ding ding. When you so
Yeah.
the guy would know that there was somebody at the pump.
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I remember the sound of that bell.
Uh-huh.
And I remember you and I walking down to the gas station one time with the gallon can, empty can, and a quarter. And we bought a gallon of gas with a quarter.
Oh no, you seriously.
Yes,
And so we
seriously. I remember. And that gallon, I bet, got pretty heavy by
Oh
the
my
time
gosh,
we
it
walked
would.
back home. Maybe
Yes.
we had our wagon. Maybe, I bet we had our wagon. We wouldn't have walked home with a gallon of gas.
I don't know. I don't know if I would want my little kid to be walking around with a gallon of gasoline.
Would would they even sell it to a kid now?
I I don't know. Good
Oh, golly.
heavens. Well, that was for the lawnmower, probably, right?
Probably for the lawnmower, yeah.
Oh my God.
So we we were like everybody's little errand kids. Go get dog bones. Go get gas. Go get.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Well, I do have a vague memory of the gas station, and they, like you said, they had that black tube that ran across. So when car pulled in, the
Uh-huh.
attendant would come out and put gas in your
Yeah.
car and wash your window and check the
Yeah.
oil and all that stuff.
And put air in your tires, and he wore a white uniform with a little hat,
Yeah.
little white hat.
I remember jumping on. It was fun to
Oh,
jump on that bell
oh
thing,
gosh.
and I'm sure we drove the. When we walked home, we would always
Oh,
step on that and
yep,
make the sound.
yep,
I'm sure the attendant
yep.
was. I'm surprised he didn't come out and chase us off or something.
Well, maybe they could tell the difference between a car driving over it and a kid jumping on it.
That could be. That could be.
And maybe he had just a whole lot of patience.
Yes. I do
It
remember.
wasn't like the clerk in the the store that would yell at us, take
No,
things away from us.
no, I don't think so. I do remember them working on cars. They would change your oil. They used to change your oil
Oh,
in the gas station. You used to be able to go to the gas station. They would change your oil and work
Uh-huh.
on your. They had a mechanic there. They would work on your car
Yeah,
and
mechanic on duty.
yeah, and
Um,
put tires on and that sort of thing.
it's not still there, is it? Do you know?
No, it's a some sort of alternative medicine place. I forget what, like acupuncture and that sort of
Oh,
thing.
is it still the old building?
No, it's a different building. Um,
Oh,
that building, I think there was a fire there of all things, or and I
oh
think they tore
gosh.
it down. I think they tore it out many years ago.
Have
And
you ever tried to Google the Jefferson Street or the Big Y or the little Big Y or the Jefferson Street gas station?
I
I wonder
haven't. We should.
if there'd be any photos of that.
That's a great idea. I haven't done that. Yes, I will do that. And that would be a great addition to this album here.
It must have been, let's see, 18th would have been the next street, right? It was down from the store.
I'm
And it wasn't
guessing.
2 blocks.
Yeah, I could.
So
Yeah.
it might be like 19th and Jefferson,
Oh,
perhaps would be where the store and gas station were.
that could be. Yeah. Of course, a little big Y
Or,
is still there, but
yeah, unless it was a place like 24th Place, wasn't it? That was right in front of our house.
yeah. Hmm.
That wasn't a street, it was a place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thought. I'll have to I'll check that out when you and I sign off here.
Okay.
Well, I can't think of anything else offhand. I don't remember
Uh,
walking to the store with any friends or either I went to this
Parents?
or parents. No, I never. I don't think mom ever walked to the store. I don't remember her walking to the store
No,
or dad.
no, I don't know. I don't either.
I remember
I don't remember
driving.
him doing any walking except to work or to the church.
Yes, yeah, walking. Yes, that's right. But I don't remember him. I never remember dad or mom walking us down to the Little Big Y for anything.
Yeah, no, nope.
Hmm. Okay. Well, do you want to call this recording good then, and wrapping it up?
Well, I suppose we ought to. It's 12:30 and probably time for some lunch.
Okay. All right. I'll end it right here then.
Okay.